Have you ever looked at the person sitting next to you and wondered if they're fighting the exact same invisible battle? We spend so much of our lives behind screens, curating the most polished versions of ourselves for the world. We post the coffee dates, the career wins, and the sunset views. But we rarely post the heavy silences or the moments when our breath feels a little too short. For a long time, I was the one behind the microphone here at Healing Horizon, sharing words of encouragement while keeping my own struggles tucked away in a quiet corner of my heart. But recently, I realized that to truly help others heal, I had to be honest about my own journey toward the horizon. Last week, at 25, I did something I had been contemplating for a long time. I walked into a professional mental health clinic for my first ever checkup. I walked into that building expecting to feel like an outsider. In my mind, I had built a narrative that real adults, or people with extreme circumstances, were the ones who sought help. I expected a sterile, maybe even empty space. Instead, what I found was a mirror of my own life. The waiting room was filled with people who looked just like me. They were young, stylish, and seemingly full of potential. Students with backpacks, young professionals in business casual, and 20-somethings scrolling through their phones. The atmosphere wasn't one of illness. It was one of shared, quiet exhaustion. I struck up a conversation with a young woman sitting in the chair next to me. She was 22, bright-eyed, but with a certain weariness around her smile. She told me, quite casually, that this was her 10th follow-up visit. She wasn't ashamed. She was just doing the work. Seeing her, and seeing the dozens of other young faces in that room, hit me like a wave. We are the generation that was told we could be anything, yet here we are, collectively struggling just to be. The age of those seeking mental health support is trending younger every year, and it's time we talk about why the prime of our lives feels so incredibly heavy. Why are we, at 25, 19, or 22, feeling so burnt out? To heal, we have to look at the landscape we're walking through. We are the first generation to live entirely within the digital panopticon. From the moment we wake up, we're bombarded with the perfect lives of others. We aren't just comparing our salaries to our colleagues. We're comparing our bodies, our homes, and our happiness to a filtered global standard that doesn't actually exist. This constant noise creates a baseline of anxiety, a feeling that we are perpetually falling behind in a race with no finish line. And we're living through a quarter-life crisis that feels more intense than ever before. The world is changing rapidly. The career paths our parents took are no longer guaranteed. The economy is volatile, and the social pressure to be extraordinary by age 25 is crushing. We feel we must be CEOs, influencers, or world travelers before we've even figured out who we are when the lights go out. But there is another reason clinics are filling up with young people. And it's a reason for hope, too. We are the generation that refuses to stay silent. For decades, mental health was a family secret. Our predecessors were often taught to suppress, to toughen up, and to carry their burdens until they broke. We are choosing a different path. We are recognizing that the mind needs care just as much as the body. The influx of young people in therapy isn't just a sign of a crisis, it's a sign of a revolution in self-care. If you're reading this and wondering if you should take that first step, I want to tell you why it matters. Imagine your mind as a vast landscape, a horizon. When we are young, we think this landscape is invincible. But over time, the storms of life leave debris. Stress, grief, and pressure act like weeds that slowly choke out the flowers of our joy. If we never stop to tend to this garden, the weeds become so thick that we can no longer see the sun. Caring for your mental health is not a sign of weakness. It is the ultimate act of maintenance for your soul. When I sat down with a professional, I realized that I didn't need to be broken to deserve help. I just needed to be heard. I needed tools to navigate the storms. I needed to know that it's okay to put down the heavy bags I've been carrying since I was a teenager. When we prioritize our mental well-being, we aren't just helping ourselves. We are breaking generational cycles. We are learning how to be better friends, better partners, and more compassionate humans. We are ensuring that when we reach 30, 40, or 60, we aren't hollowed out by the things we refuse to face at 25. To those of you who feel the weight of the world today, please know that you are not failing. You are navigating an era of unprecedented noise and pressure. If you feel tired, it's because the path is genuinely steep. If you've been thinking about seeking help, let my experience be the sign you were looking for. There is no right age to start healing. There is no requirement of being sad enough to justify a checkup. You deserve to feel light. You deserve to have a mind that feels like a safe place to live. The horizon is still there. Sometimes it's obscured by clouds, and sometimes it feels like a very long walk away. But as long as you are moving toward it, even if you're just crawling, you are doing exactly what you need to do. I created Healing Horizon to be a sanctuary, but a sanctuary is only as strong as the community within it. My story is just one of millions, and I'm certain many of you have your own waiting room moments or your own realizations about the importance of mental peace. I want to hear from you. Do you feel the pressure of being young and perfect? Have you ever taken that brave step toward professional help? Or are you still standing at the threshold? What does your healing horizon look like? If you have a story, a reflection, or a piece of encouragement you'd like to share with this community, please reach out. You can leave a comment below or send a more personal message to our email inbox. Your words might be the exact thing someone else needs to hear to feel a little less alone today. Let's keep walking toward the light together, softly, bravely, and with grace for ourselves.